Welcome to the Waterboro Town Council meeting on September 16th. If everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And welcome. We have no public hearings this evening. Any announcements from the board? John, anything?
Nope.
Gary?
Just at the luncheon we just had, excuse me, a week ago, was rather successful. We had about 35, 40 people there. And the next one's going to be October 4th at the Lions Club, noon time. October 14th, did I say 4th? October 14th at the Lions Club, noon time. That's it.
Dave, anything?
That's it.
Dwayne, anything?
No.
Okay. Let's move on to the additions and deletions to the agenda. Anything we need to add or delete? We have no appointments this evening. Any public comment? Correspondence, we do have the financial reports, York County Sheriff's reports for August of 2025, motor vehicle report for August 25, and a letter from Daughters of the American Revolution, which we probably should discuss, only because they have,
Is there a timeline on that?
yeah, there's a September 17th, which is tomorrow, through, well, I guess it's, where's the Constitution of the United States, the guardian of liberties, embodies the principle of limited government in a republic dedicated to rule by law. September 17th, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the framing of the Constitution of the United States by the Constitutional Convention, whereas the fitting proper to accord official recognition of the magnificent document and its memorable anniversary into the Patriot celebration, which will commemorate it, and Public Law 915 guarantees the issue of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States, designating September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. And the copy that I've got is I, Dennis Abbott, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Town Council Chair in the Town of Waterboro in the state of Maine, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. And there's some other language. So, what's your opinion of this?
Have you ever heard of this before?
No.
I guess there's no harm in the proclamation. Let me see here.
But I would,
read the letter a little bit more.
I would say that we would strike I, Dennis Abbott, is we, the board of the council, town council.
We're not gonna let you go down alone. I have no
What's the
problem
rule?
with making a proclamation. It seems like it's not just a state thing, it's a national.
National thing.
It is national, and I would have no problem signing off on that.
Me either. It looks all legit and everything. From what I'm reading.
I do like the idea of having a council rather than just just one person.
right.
Yeah.
So, I would take a motion to approve, now therefore, we, the Waterboro Town Council, by virtue of the authority vested in us, in the town of Waterboro, in the state of Maine, do hereby proclaim the September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. And we can add the signatures to it.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion?
Have we properly looked into this? The reason why I ask is I just did a quick AI search and it says there is some controversies associated to it. I don't know the legitimacy of it or have you, but it says, the main controversies surrounding the daughter of American Revolution have centered on its history of racial and political exclusion, particularly the denial of performance to Marian Anderson and a 1920s blacklist of individuals accused of socialist or communist ties. So I guess you're including them now from being blacklisted into this? I don't know, I just don't know anything about it. So I guess I personally wouldn't be backing it unless I have more information.
And with that new information, then I would rescind my second and maybe table it, so we can have some more time to research it.
I'll do the same with the motion.
Okay, when did this come in to us?
Came in last week.
Last week? I'd like to have,
Right.
yeah,
With that information that John just brought up, I think it was definitely worth researching that.
yeah.
You willing to rescind your
Yes,
motion?
I did, yeah.
Let's move on.
Realistically, there ain't time enough to sign it anyway, because if this is, the week of September 17th through the 23rd, just forget about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just didn't do it this year.
Reports and staff initiatives, council reports, Dwayne, anything?
Yeah, I got one. People parking in these town roads, blocking them off, trying to get to backland and whatnot. This just can't happen. I got a call last night that a road was blocked off completely. 2 cars or 2 trucks blocking the road. They'd unloaded a tractor and unloaded a 4-wheeler, and the people couldn't get to their house. And this is happening more and more. People are posting their land. They don't want anybody to drive on their land, but they wanna drive on everybody else's. And something's gotta be done. But,
Wouldn't that be a warden service
Yeah.
call?
Well,
well, it's a
It's
town
a-
road. This one was a town road.
No, I
Some of
understand that, but
these
as far
are-
as going on somebody else's land.
but.
Well, they're not
they
going on somebody
unloaded a-
else's land.
They unloaded a tractor
Right, I get that
and
part.
then a 4-wheeler, right?
So if they're stuck in the road,
That's the sheriff's department.
it could be law enforcement can handle
But as far as it going on the land, that'd be a warden.
that. Correct.
But what I'm saying is all this land is being posted, and now these guys think they can park anywhere.
There is a reason why, like, 94% of Maine's land is posted,
I know there is,
just because,
yeah, because of
abuse like that.
abuse. And this is abuse
Yep.
from these people that, it's one thing to ask to use it, or
Correct.
use the driveway, but when you don't even ask, you just pull in and unload right in the middle of the town road, there's something wrong.
But if they're in the town road, we can get them towed, we can have them towed.
Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
We can,
yeah. This ain't the first time that this has happened, but
Right.
it's,
Okay.
hunting season is coming, and this is gonna continue
True story.
to continue.
So noted. Next time, the folks that can't get into their property need to call the sheriff's department, so. David, anything?
I do, real quick. John brought it up last week about school opening again. Just want to remind, not just the town of Waterboro, but motorists in general, school zones, 15 miles an hour when kids are there. I have it on good authority that law enforcement's going to be making more of an appearance this year than we have in the past. And also, school buses, those big yellow tube-shaped vehicles with the red blinkies, that's not a suggestion, that means stop. I just want to throw that out there again, just to remind people, just get up a little bit earlier and pay attention.
Yeah, just as, even if the lights ain't on and that sign is out, that don't mean you can go by that big sign that's on the side of that bus either.
The one that says stop.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I see a guy do that the other day, and he swerved when you hit the bus to get by that big sign when he went by it.
So everybody's in a hurry.
Yeah, no, I just want to throw that out there again as a reminder, that's all.
Anything else, Dave?
No, thank you.
Gary?
No, I'm all set.
John?
All set. Thank you.
I'm all set as well. We need to, meet with Josh on
Please,
date.
good evening.
Oh, actually, I do have one more. The swap shed at the transfer station, I was asked if that's ever coming back.
I just asked that same question last week.
We've looked into it, we've been working on it. I know it's been Josh's radar. We've looked at Conex containers to put up there. And we were hopeful that there's a DEP that has the permit for changes on site, that we'd see them again, because I know they came out previously. We just need a good location to put it, that we can get permitted for.
Okay, I just want to bring that up.
Why was it removed?
What's that?
Why was it removed in the first place?
The old trailer,
Was
It's-
some
And
safety
it's
issues.
The trailer was junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other day, I was at an auction up in, South Paris, but, they've got 2 or 3 containers that are gonna go through the November auction. And they've got quite a bunch of doors in them. They're shipping containers, but they ship in quite a bunch of equipment in them. But I would think a container like that would work slick.
Not a 40-footer though. like a 20.
Well, these are 40 footers,
You want one
but
that
they're,
big though?
well,
You can get
They
them
got-
20 or 40.
I would think.
yeah, but they got doors in them.
Right.
Regular good house door, they're industrial doors that are 4 feet or so. And,
So some of the challenges that Josh did express was the fact that with the swap shop is that if people do not want to dispose of it in the right location, they will go there to drop it off
Right.
for a lack of paying for the fee to dispose of it, and then he's going in and have to clean it out anyways. There was some problems with it last time in addition to, and that was a concern that he had. But we have talked about it several times.
Okay. Just want to light that.
And we know
fire.
that people would like to see it back.
Yep.
Okay. Off to you, Matt.
So, no update for Victor Garnick. I've reached out to Ben again today, but I think that he's still playing tag with him. I did have a follow-up with County Manager Greg Zinser. He's gonna be working on a draft, but I guess at this point, I've told him, I said, based on what we have for dollars. We're gonna include in the language, as we talked about briefly last week, up to 80 hours. This will get in the contract for language for the current year and the current budget numbers that we have to work with. And then we'll continue to move forward and work on next year's plan for a contract. We're looking at leasing the vehicle over a 3-year period. It was roughly $8 per hour for those hours that we're using it. And then looking at what the rate will be for the positions. Realistically, he sees that the issue we have, if they were flush on the schedule, then it would maybe a little bit more, but I'm not sure they're gonna be flush on the schedule anytime soon, put it that way. And work on some of the language to see what we can come up with for a different plan for next year. I do have a packet of paper here so that we can hopefully schedule for October 7th for a public hearing for general assistance maximums. We just received that this past week after the close of for the agenda for this week, for a schedule a public hearing to update the ordinance. We did receive one proposal for the HVAC system in Town Hall. At this point, we're gonna look to put that to our building CIP plan for next year. and look at any other needs at the same time, but, $97,000 is what the estimate was for town hall, for the heat pump system here. And just, you know, the reason we looked at the heat pumps was because our current system for the air handler is in the attic, and they can't get to it without taking the gable wall off, because it was created before the roof was put on.
So it's gonna stay there for infinity.
That's staying there, we were looking at alternatives, but 97,000 is a little bit more than we thought it was gonna be, obviously. Public Works updates, I do have on the agenda for you tonight for consideration is to, an order for Patco, so that we can let them, they wanna pre-order the building, and we're waiting for financing. We should, at this point, we're looking at financing probably be secured by the end of this month. It's with the bond council now, the banks, we've already got a commitment letter from the bank, and if the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates tomorrow, that will actually help us even more.
Main community bank.
What's that?
Which bank?
Main Community Bank. So yeah, we're hopeful of closing at the end of this month. As a reminder, Little Ospey Lake Dam will be opened on October 1st. This is the 3-foot drawdown. We have posted it on Facebook, and it'll be on, Dave, maybe you could grab that from our Facebook page and throw it on the web as well. But it will be the big drawdown this year. Property owners will be doing shoreline work. I think that will also impact some others, but, and hopefully that the dash boat will be here before the end of October for harvesting of any bladder wort in the coves. I have had several conversations, we talked about it briefly last week, and actually I put it in the agenda tonight as well. I didn't see a link to it, Laura, so we may have to print it for them to consider, but
What? It's in.
Mark Robinson, the town manager from Fayette, is looking to have this coalition, and he's actually we're looking to see if we can have an order or authorization from this board in support of that, so we can submit that to DEP as well, for future mitigation for the bladder wort.
Yeah.
I guess several people we're trying to get this together, move forward. We have scheduled a workshop for September 30th, 5 p.m. regarding our ongoing work and research regarding the 1955 road list. I guess everybody's gonna be here except for now Ben McCall, and we have a substitute attorney that's in his firm, Ben Plant, and he'll be brought up to speed as well. We've had some conversations back with him. We have some issues, obviously Nathan Smith Road is what the catalyst for this was, but then we have several other roads that are problematic, going back, and kind of goes back in line with what Dwayne was mentioning about these back lots are being purchased. Again, that's on the 30th at 5 p.m.
If for some reason something comes up, make sure you holler at me, cause I'm coming down from Freiburg to be here, but,
Okay.
if I don't need to come, then I'm not gonna try to drive down through the elderly traffic coming out of Freiburg Fair on Tuesday night.
And I have some sign ordinance, we'll talk about that in a little bit, and I'm gonna try to be out of the office on Thursday this week. That's it. Any questions?
Any questions for Matt?
Nope, no.
Fire, fire dangers.
Comes and goes.
Yeah. Very dangerous, so. And dry.
It is dry. And the rain that we got the other night didn't help much.
Too much at once.
All right, let's move on to new business. Accept the, resignation from Jane Ferris, from the planning board.
So moved.
I'll
Kinda
second it.
lost in the shuffle,
Who was that, you?
but we resurrected it, so,
Sorry to see him leave, but,
yeah. He was
it looks like he's
a pretty good member.
headed in a different direction here.
Yeah. So, been moved and seconded, any further discussion? All those in favor? Accept the resignation with regrets. Okay. Discuss vote to reappoint Greg Abbott to the Public Safety Committee.
I'll
Their
make that a motion.
terms expired and,
Can we do them both at once?
yeah. So Greg Abbott and Nancy Roper, were on the Public Safety Committee, and we need to reappoint them. Seems how we
Yeah.
temporarily saved.
I'll second his motion.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Authorization for a letter of intent regarding the contract with Patco Construction. Toss it to you, Matt.
So basically, we're looking to have approval to notify Patco that the intent to sign the contract upon, and so that they can order the steel. I guess it's 15 to 16 week lead time. We anticipate the finance to be complete within the next 2 weeks, and again, they just need authorization that, we intend to sign the contract with them.
Okay.
Which you already have a resolution indicating the same thing. but-
Right.
So moved.
I'll make, did you make a motion?
Yep.
I'll second it. I recuse myself.
Yep.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? And one opposed. Discuss vote to support efforts to control invasive aquatic plants.
Is that what you were talking about, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had typed up a draft for you, if I can read it to you. I don't know if it's, do you have did you have that, Laura, by chance?
What, I'm sorry?
It's in the miscellaneous folder in the shared file, selectmen shared file.
What is what?
The council order for the aquatic plants. It's in the miscellaneous folder. So again, looking with the coalition, whereas the presence and spread of invasive aquatic plants pose a significant threat to the health, recreational value, and ecological integrity of the water bodies throughout the state of Maine, whereas the Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, has demonstrated ongoing commitment and leadership efforts to control and eradicate these invasive species, to collaborate action among municipalities is essential to amplify the impact of prevention, detection, and responsive initiatives. And then the Waterboro Town Council hereby expresses intent to invest the necessary time and resources to work with other municipal leaders in the coalition dedicated to supporting the Maine DEP's ongoing efforts to control and eradicate invasive aquatic plants. Council encourages all neighboring communities and regional partners to join this coalition, recognizing that as a unified approach is vital to protecting Maine's water bodies for current and future generations. And the council commits to regular communications, information sharing, collaborative planning with coalition members, Maine DEP, and other relative agencies to maximize the effectiveness of the invasive aquatic plant management strategies.
I'll make a motion that we join the cause.
Is this what you're going?
Yep.
I'll second that. Sounds like a good thing, and
Mhm.
there's definitely strength in numbers,
Yeah.
and lots of good ideas.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Discussion regarding residents' concern for advertising signs along roadways. So, just pull the zoning ordinance up. And it talks about, within the zoning ordinance, we have a restriction on signs. Those that require a permit and those that don't require a permit. We have a separate ordinance for the memorial.
Yeah.
In the
Triangle.
Right, in the triangle. So, and I think this gives us some authority to remove signs,
I don't think so.
the advertising signs.
Is there a certain problem sign that we're having an issue with, or?
So the concern,
Well, there was a concern, with the gentleman from Weber Road on, at the luncheon the other day, and he talked about, well, what are we gonna do, right? So, he's gonna part and parcel take them down, right? Because they didn't have permission to put them up. So, he doesn't need permission to take them down, but they're everywhere. They're on telephone poles, which is CMP issue, and every lawn and garden center or lawn and garden contractor, tree contractor, whatever, they've got them stuck all over the place, so,
The question I've got, Dennis, is some of those, I don't think require a permit, or don't require, anything, because they're under 2x2, and I'm only guessing on diameter, but they're small enough so that, I rode up across the Weber Road to see what he was really talking about, but a lot of them they're either on private property,
yeah.
or some of them are stuck probably in the town right of way, but, I don't know, if they're on a tree and they aren't, 2 feet square or bigger, they don't require a permit. And I'm
Right.
only saying 2x2, but there's some, square footage in that sign ordinance, and I haven't read that for many years, but, it might even be 4x4, but, there is
Yeah,
some.
it's signs requiring a permit, I think it's, 300 square feet.
Pretty big.
That's a good size sign.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the maximum,
Max, I was gonna say,
That's
that's
billboard.
maximum.
right,
That's a billboard, yeah.
but signs that exceed 100 square feet in size, located along
There's still a
or
10
so
by,
That's 10.
that's still a
10 by
good
10.
size sign,
That's huge.
yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean, all of those signs that are on the Weber Road,
yeah, they're,
don't fall within that sign ordinance, I don't
they're
believe.
an 18 by 24
Yeah.
sign, right? 18,
So,
18 tall by 24
if you're
wide.
gonna attack this, and try to clean up some of it, you've got to drop your square footage down big time
Yeah.
in order to do it. Now, there ain't a hot top crew, and there ain't a window crew, or a contractor out there that's fly by night and in here today and gone tomorrow, that don't leave their signs behind, that have done this work, you know?
Right.
I mean, and it's common practice throughout the state, but,
I mean, I think it's one thing if you put it on the yard that you're working, it's another thing if you're putting it up in like a corner of a road and it's blocking your view of traffic. I mean,
Yeah.
That's the problem.
so this is an interesting reading between Maine Municipal for Legal Roadside Signs and Title 23 in Transportation of the State Highway Law, subsection 19.3A and 1914, subsection 1914. But there's some interesting reading, but to be being very cautious with some of the signs, because you have the non-commercial signs and you potentially have other group signs, and then you have political signs. So for example, some of them can be there for 12 weeks throughout the year, 6 weeks at one time and 6 weeks at another time of the year. But one thing Maine Municipal suggested is that if we're gonna take any action to have it carefully vetted by the attorney, so that we can make sure that we're not in violation of current state statute and laws. Whether it's a non-commercial or other group sign. I mean, I noticed we had a couple for Girl Scouts down to the intersection today, it is. And as far as I'm concerned, the CMP poles, that's up to CMP, should be removing those signs off their poles, which they're not allowed on CMP poles either.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
So
This pole down here has got 3 or 4 of them on it.
Right, and the signs not requiring a permit, which is section 6.02, it specifically calls political signs out in item 8. So, temporary signs including a sale or activity being undertaken by the landowner, a leasee, traffic control signs, political signs, on-site signs coming to the property, necessarily useful information to locate parking areas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, we would have to go to,
When you get into this, in my mind, the complaint that we've got on Weber Road, even a for sale sign, a real estate sign, the way he was talking the other day, he'd want in violation. I mean, this is looking at the signs that are up there. A real estate for sale sign that's out to the end of your driveway, even on your own private property, would either need a permit or he didn't want it on there, so I don't know.
And I believe that
Well-
real estate signs are exempt from the state law too, I believe.
Right.
for the record.
real estate signs are allowed with no permit in the town of Waterboro. If the owner or the leasee is selling the property.
But they gotta still meet our sign ordinance, which is,
Yeah.
100 square feet. If it's any larger than that, then it needs a permit.
So, it appears that we need to do some more investigation.
Yeah, oh, I agree. Laura, you put this in their folder for them to review, correct? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send us signs.
Thank you.
Okay? Any other discussion? There's no old business. Of the discussion, discuss and vote to accept the minutes of the September 2nd meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Pending decisions, Steve Everett presented at the last planning board meeting the other night, 2 weeks ago on the 3rd, that he's proposing to reduce the farm and agricultural area down to 120,000 square feet, which would take it from a 5-acre lot required in the forest agricultural area to 120,000 square feet, or approximately 3 acres.
Which
So-
is just under the A and R.
Yeah.
I mean, just over the
Right.
A and R
So,
requirement.
So, he's also requested that they have the same setbacks in the A and R zone, right, so.
But that's going to the planning board anyway.
That'll have to go through a public hearing and whatever the case may be, so. And if they approve it, it will have to be a public hearing that we will have to run, so. You're all set with the week's action list. Again, the discussion of agenda items, if anybody wants to add something to the agenda, let me know. I don't think there's anything that requires signature other than that modified. Oh,
We're not doing it.
we didn't do it,
No.
right? So, there's nothing that needs signatures, so I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any
6:35.
discussion? All those in favor? Thank you.